Hello little dreamers and grown-ups too. Tonight's stories are for anyone who's had a big day. In a meadow where whispers dance, a bear meets a butterfly floating on a gentle breeze. A sparkling river calls where a frog and a bear chase rainbows and discover hidden treasures. Under the wise branches of a story tree, a bear learns that sharing his light can brighten the night. In a garden of memories, a tortoise shows a bear how flowers can bloom with the joy of cherished moments. And in a glade kissed by moonlight, a magical flute invites a bear to join in a symphony of dreams. If you enjoy these gentle stories, please consider tapping like and subscribe. It helps this little channel grow, and we'll be right here every night. Ready? Before we start, let's do our sleepy breaths. Smell the strawberries. Blow the dandelions. There, that's better. Now we're ready for the stories. Benny and the Gentle Breeze. One gentle evening, as the sun dipped low in the sky, Benny the bear wandered through the soft, whispering grass of the meadow. The air was sweet with the scent of blooming daisies, and the warm glow of twilight wrapped around him like a cozy blanket. As he strolled, he noticed a fluttering figure dancing in the breeze. "Hello there," Benny called out, his voice as soft as the clouds above. The figure turned out to be a delicate butterfly named Bella, her wings shimmering like tiny stained glass windows. "Hello, Benny. Would you like to join me on a journey through the gentle breeze?" Bella asked, her voice light and airy. Benny's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Oh yes, I would love to." Together they floated through the meadow, the breeze carrying them to a hidden glade filled with twinkling fireflies. The fireflies danced like stars coming to life, illuminating the night with their soft glow. Benny felt a warm happiness in his heart as he watched the magical display. "Isn't it beautiful?" Bella whispered, her wings fluttering in delight. "Yes, it's a dream," Benny replied, his voice filled with wonder. As they sat together, Benny closed his eyes and listened to the gentle sounds of the night. The rustling leaves, the soft croaking of frogs, and the distant hoot of an owl. It was a symphony of nature, wrapping around him like a lullaby. "Thank you for this lovely adventure, Bella," Benny said, feeling sleepy and content. "Any time, dear friend," Bella replied, her wings shimmering in the moonlight. "Just remember, the breeze will always be here to carry you to new dreams." With a yawn, Benny waved goodbye to Bella and made his way back home, his heart full of joy and his mind drifting softly into dreams. The end. Benny and the Rainbow River. One gentle evening, Benny the bear wandered to a sparkling river that flowed through the heart of the forest. The water glimmered like 1,000 diamonds, reflecting the colours of the sunset. As he approached, he noticed a friendly frog named Freddy sitting on a lily pad. "Hello, Benny. Would you like to explore the Rainbow River with me?" Freddy croaked, his eyes twinkling with excitement. "Oh yes, that sounds wonderful," Benny replied, his heart fluttering with joy. Together they hopped along the riverbank where the water danced and sparkled in shades of blue, green and gold. Benny dipped his paw into the cool water, feeling the gentle current swirl around him like a soft embrace. "Look," Freddie exclaimed, pointing to a shimmering arch in the sky. "It's a rainbow. It appears when the sun and rain meet." Benny gazed in awe at the vibrant colours stretching across the sky. "It's so beautiful. Can we follow it?" "Of course," Freddie said, leaping from lily pad to lily pad. Benny followed, his heart racing with excitement. As they journeyed along the river, they discovered hidden treasures, smooth pebbles that sparkled like jewels and delicate flowers that swayed gently in the breeze. Benny felt a sense of wonder with each new discovery. "Every colour of the rainbow has a story," Freddie said, his voice soft and soothing. "Red is for love, orange for joy, yellow for sunshine, green for nature, blue for calm, indigo for dreams, and violet for magic." Benny listened closely, feeling the warmth of each colour fill his heart. "I love all the stories." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the river, Benny and Freddie sat on the riverbank, watching the colours blend into a beautiful tapestry. Benny felt grateful for the adventure and the new friend he had made. "Thank you for sharing this magical journey, Freddie," Benny said, his eyes sparkling with happiness. "Any time, Benny. The Rainbow River will always be here for you," Freddie replied, his voice a gentle croak. With a heart full of joy, Benny waved goodbye and made his way home, dreaming of rainbows and rivers. The end. Benny and the Story Tree. One gentle evening, Benny the bear wandered into a quiet part of the forest where the trees stood tall and proud. The air was filled with the sweet scent of pine and soft rustle of leaves. As he walked, he spotted a wise old tree with a trunk as wide as a house. "Hello, Benny," the tree said in a deep, soothing voice. "I am the Story Tree. Would you like to hear a tale?" Benny's eyes widened with excitement. "Oh yes, I would love to hear a story." The story tree began to sway gently, and Benny settled down at its roots, listening intently. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a little star named Twinkle. Twinkle was shy and often hid behind the clouds, afraid to shine. Benny imagined the little star feeling a soft warmth in his heart. "What happened next?" he asked eagerly. One night, a kind moonbeam named Luna found Twinkle hiding. "Why do you hide, dear star?" she asked. "The world needs your light." Benny smiled, picturing the moonbeam's gentle glow. "And did Twinkle come out?" Yes. With Luna's encouragement, Twinkle finally shone brightly, lighting up the night sky. All the creatures below cheered, and Twinkle realized that sharing her light brought joy to others. Benny felt a sense of warmth and happiness. "That's a beautiful story. It reminds me to be brave." The story tree rustled its leaves softly. "Every story holds a lesson, dear Benny. Remember your light shines brightly too." As the stars began to twinkle above, Benny thanked the story tree for the enchanting tale. He felt a sense of peace and comfort knowing that he could share his own light with the world. With a heart full of stories, Benny made his way home, dreaming of stars and moonbeams. The end. Benny and the Memory Garden. One gentle evening, Benny the bear wandered into a hidden garden filled with colourful flowers and soft, fragrant herbs. The air was sweet with the scent of lavender and chamomile, and the gentle hum of bees filled the air. As he explored, he met a wise tortoise named Tilly, who was tending to the flowers. "Hello, Benny. Welcome to the memory garden," Tilly said, her voice warm and inviting. "Would you like to learn about memories?" "Oh yes, I love memories," Benny replied, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. Tilly smiled and pointed to a beautiful flower. "Each flower here represents a special memory. When you touch it, you can remember a moment from your heart." Benny approached the flower and gently touched its petals. Suddenly, he was transported to a sunny day when he played with his friends in the meadow, laughter echoing in the air. "Wow, I remember that day," Benny exclaimed, feeling the joy of the moment wash over him. "Memories are like treasures," Tilly explained. "They remind us of the love and happiness we've experienced." Benny wandered through the garden, touching different flowers and reliving precious moments. His first picnic, a cozy evening by the fire, and the day he discovered the Rainbow River. "Thank you for sharing this magical place, Tilly," Benny said, his heart full of warmth. "I will cherish these memories forever." "Remember, Benny, you can always return to the memory garden in your heart," Tilly replied, her voice gentle and soothing. With a heart full of cherished memories, Benny waved goodbye to Tilly and made his way home, feeling grateful for the moments that made him smile. The end. Benny and the Magical Flute. One gentle evening, Benny the bear wandered to a peaceful glade where the moonlight danced on the leaves. The air was filled with the sweet scent of jasmine, and the soft sounds of the night wrapped around him like a lullaby. As he explored, he discovered a beautiful flute resting on a mossy rock. "Hello, little flute," Benny said, his voice filled with wonder. "What magic do you hold?" To his surprise, the flute began to play a soft, enchanting melody, filling the air with soothing notes that floated like feathers. Benny closed his eyes, letting the music wash over him, feeling a sense of calm and joy. "Would you like to join me in a song?" the flute whispered, its voice as gentle as the breeze. "Oh yes, I would love to," Benny replied, his heart dancing with excitement. As Benny began to hum along, the flute's melody grew brighter, and the stars above twinkled in harmony. The glade transformed into a magical world where flowers swayed to the rhythm and fireflies twinkled like tiny stars. Together, they created a symphony of joy, filling the night with laughter and light. Benny felt as if he were floating on a cloud, wrapped in the warmth of the music. "Thank you for this magical experience," Benny said, his heart full of happiness. "Your music is like a dream." The flute played a soft, sweet note in response, and Benny knew that the magic of music would always be with him. With a heart full of melody, Benny waved goodbye to the flute and made his way home, dreaming of music and magic. The end. Sweet dreams, little dreamers.